It is that time again. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. This is our Friday. This is our last stream of the week. Hope everybody is stoked. Hope everyone has a killer weekend planned. If you're in Los Angeles, you should come to Politics Night at the Dojo tomorrow night, 7 p.m., right at the Sycamore Tavern, right near Sycamore and Sunset. There is free parking. Free parking. Anna, what's up? Hello from the UK. I hope to see you very soon. It probably won't be for a little bit, but I do hope to see you soon. Matthew, what's up? Good morning or afternoon, whatever it is. What's up, Jesus? Tim, meow, meowdy, meowdy. I love that. Which, by the way, it's International Cat Day, and of course, we're going to be talking about that. How could we not on a show like this? Lucy is, she's chilling. She's just kind of chilling. I hope she comes over. What's up, Sean? We'll be seeing you in 2020. We'll be coming to Ohio. Probably in, when are we? Probably May. Probably May we're going to come to Ohio. Don't have that for sure yet, but probably May. So there's that. All right. What's up, brothers and sisters? Howdy, Ron. What's up, Mike? What's up, Susan? What's up, Victoria? What's up, Nate? Nathan? What's up, Mark? Toronto. We would love to get to Toronto. I don't know if we're going to be able to get up to Canada or not, but I would really love to go to Toronto. What's up, Justine? Tippy says hello to Lucy. Happy International Cat Day, Tippy. What's up, Long Beach? Good to see you, buddy. What's up, Susan? What's up, Moose Gal? What's up, Doug? What's up, Daniel? Good morning to you. What's up, Nathan? What's up, Larry? I hope everybody is doing well. And welcome to Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means you guys tweet me the articles, you drop me the ideas, you put them in our Reddit subsection. That's how we build the show. I'm seeing everything for the first time. We're all seeing everything. There's some stories we're going to get into today, and we're going to get into some deep stuff. First of all, we're going to get some lessons for International Cat Day, which hopefully Lucy comes and hangs out. I feel like she's got to do it on her own accord. It's International Cat Day. It's her day. She doesn't want to come hang. What can I do? Really? Please come over, Lucy. I need validation. My self-esteem is hurting right now. I'm looking at, she's just chilling on my, she's chilling on my laptop case. She does that sometimes. Sometimes she chills on like suitcases and stuff. So whenever my merch bag is out, she gets a little upset because she knows that means I'm leaving soon. Like, you know, she's cats pick up on that stuff. She knows that I'm going to leave soon. And I think she realizes that I'm going to come back, you know, because she's a cat. Like I know dogs think you're not going to return. I think cats is like, they're like, yeah, dude, you're coming back. I just don't like it when you bounce. But anyway, we'll be talking more about International Cat Day here shortly. Let's get into some other news first. This is something kind of heavy to start. Somebody, I believe Vampire Anarchy shared this in our Reddit subsection, and this is heavy, and especially, well, let's just get right to it. Let me show you guys here. Bernie Sanders tweeted this out. Tragically, this is what we mean when we say the greed of the pharmaceutical industry is killing Americans. Let's be clear, insulin should not cost 10 times more in the US than in Canada. Nobody should be dying because they can't afford it. But that's what is happening today. And here's what happened. A diabetic groom-to-be dies after taking cheaper insulin to pay for the wedding. So there's this engaged couple, and there he is, and he didn't make it. He died. Man. I got to say, as somebody who is currently engaged, you know, I can tell you there's a certain really beautiful aspect, and it has its element of bittersweetness. You know, I mean, planning a wedding can certainly be very stressful. And I have certainly had my stressful moments, as has my fiance. She's probably more stressed out than me because she's a better planner out of the two of us. But, you know, there's a certain very euphoric joy about all of it. And, you know, I know for us, it's kind of like, you know, whenever I get stressed out about it, whenever I get, a little worried, like, oh, are we behind in our planning? I realize I'm just like, wait a second. At the end of the day, I get to marry this person and I get to celebrate with my friends and family. At the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. Everything else is just, I mean, whatever. We'll figure it out. It's not a big deal. But at the end of the day, I get to marry this person. And the joy that kind of comes over me is a joy I've never really felt before. And that's the honest truth. I've never been married before. And there's kind of a special thing to wanting to make that bond with another person and just kind of feeling that love of knowing that soon you're going to have, a joint venture together in every form of the sense. And I know some folks don't believe in marriage, and that's totally fine too. You don't have to believe or not believe in it. It's just, is it something you want to do or isn't it? And if it isn't, that's fine too. You can totally have that same love without a piece of paper from the state. I completely know that. And I know there are some people I know who never got married for philosophical reasons and they have an amazing relationship. But me and my fiance decided that was something we did want to do because, not because we want some validation from the state, but because we want to make it our own thing. And I think that's a fine decision as well. And there's a certain euphoric joy that I feel every day that I've never felt before. And to see somebody get robbed of that for such a horrible reason. This person, basically skimped on their insulin because they had to pay for the wedding. And now he's dead. So they were robbed of, they were robbed of their moment. They were robbed of that joy. They were robbed of a life together. And for what? Because of the greed of Big Pharma. And Big Pharma, they do what they can do because we cannot negotiate any drug prices at all in the United States. Richest country in the world. We can't negotiate any drug prices. And Big Pharma assures higher drug prices by other means too. They assure higher drug prices through a process called evergreening. What they'll do, they'll patent a drug so that no one can make a cheaper version of it. And then they'll keep repatenting it by changing like the color of the pill or something. And then they'll issue another patent. So they keep prolonging the process of making sure generics can't enter the market. That's something they do. And it's legal. It shouldn't be, but it's legal because of a couple loopholes. They're like, oh, well, we enhanced the drug. No, you didn't. It's the same stuff. You just repatented it so that it would be longer for generics to enter the market. Big Pharma is corrupt to the core. They are making a profit center out of human lives. And, Bernie Sanders had a drug bill to get cheaper drugs from Canada. Cory Booker stabbed it in the back. So think about when you see his theatrical performances in the debate, which, by the way, Cory Booker is the most nauseating person to listen to in those debates, by the way. Cory Booker is that person in your high school drama class that's trying too hard. He's the person where every scene they're in, they're talking like this, even if it's a comedy or something that just does not warrant this. That's how Cory Booker talks, and he'll turn on the crocodile tears when it's appropriate. He'll clutch his pearls over Trump saying something outrageous. Trump calls countries, Trump demeans other countries, calls them shitholes. Cory Booker clutches his pearls. But at the behest of Big Pharma, he stabs a drug bill in the back that led to this person dying. Is he clutching his pearls over that? Are you clutching your pearls this morning, Cory Booker? Are you shedding some crocodile tears for this couple in New York who was just robbed of a life together because of people like you? Because of corrupt politicians like you, this couple in New York was robbed of a life together. Are you clutching your pearls this morning? Probably not. There wasn't a photo op for that. So this has got to stop. I mean, and that's an understatement. And that's why, you don't support Medicare for all. You don't support single payer. You don't support ending big pharma's grip on our lives. I don't support you. It's that simple. So, man, and again, I'm not trying to but I got to say, as somebody who is engaged at the moment, this is a pretty heavy thing to wrap one's head around. To think about what these people, these two young people, were just robbed of. And my heart goes out to the girl in the situation, and of course the guy who's no longer with us. And hug a loved one today, a friend, a family member. Just give them a hug. Go out and do that for me. All right, let's move on to something else here. So this is something that Ken shares. Let's see what's going on here. I've not looked into this yet, but this happened out in Fort Wayne, Indiana, which Fort Wayne, I believe, is a couple, or was it Fort Wayne, Indiana, or did I get that place wrong? Oh no, this was in Ohio. Sorry about that. Starting out strong. This is Get Your News On with Ron. I'm seeing everything for the first time. Did I remind everybody of that part? Important reminder. I'm seeing everything for the first time. Mixing up a Midwest city may very well happen. All right, let's just go to the article, shall we? All right, so this happened in Ohio. All right, and I'm having trouble scrolling this one. All right, let's see what we can do here. Hate crime being investigated after discovery of racial slurs at house explosion in Wayne County. All right, so that's what I saw. Wayne. All right, there we go. Plausible mistake. So this happened in Sterling, Ohio. Deputies are investigating a suspected hate crime after racial slurs were found spray painted on a garage after an explosion early Wednesday morning, according to Wayne County Sheriff's Department. The house in the 6700 block of Spruce Street in Sterling had a minor electrical fire on July 3rd. The couple who lived there, a white man and a black woman, they were staying elsewhere during repairs. Around 12:30 a.m., neighbors reported an explosion at the home. Another neighbor recorded video of the house fire just after the explosions. Let's take a look.
I'm Joe.
You've got to be kidding me. Okay, great. When deputies arrived, they found a swastika and a racial slur spray painted on the property of Brad and Angela Frazee, according to authorities. And I might be mispronouncing that last name. Spray paint was also left on the neighbor's garage and two of their vehicles. The Sterling Fire District was previously called to the home Tuesday afternoon after someone attempted. Okay, so someone already attempted to set the home on fire. So the Sterling Fire District was previously called to the home Tuesday afternoon after someone attempted to set the home on fire by turning the stove burner on and filling it with natural gas. The attempt was unsuccessful as the gas and electric utilities had been disconnected. The couple has lived in this home for 23 years. Okay, so I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, I think it goes without saying this was for sure an intentional act. Somebody did that. Somebody did that to them. Like, this was for sure. Like, we're investigating this. We think this could have been not an unintentional fire. We think this totally might have been an intentional thing that somebody did because somebody tried it before. So there's for sure somebody behind this. And did they apprehend the first person? All right, so let's see. Let's go back to the article here. A reward of up to $5,000 is being offered by the Blue Ribbon Arson Committee for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for the fire. So I guess they didn't even get the first person. All right, let's see here. Oh, yeah, after someone. Okay, so they didn't catch the first person. So chances are it was that same person. Somebody came in. They tried to cause a fire in the home before by turning on the gas. They stopped the gas, but they didn't catch the person. So that person came back again and was successful. There is a good chance that's what's happened. Do I know that for sure? No. Was this person acting alone? We don't know. But chances are it was this same person and they didn't catch the person the first time. And the couple lived there for 23 years. And I'd like to think they've had a good 23 years there overall. I would like to think so. I don't know that for sure, but I'd like to think that their neighbors were good to them. And yeah, they are a couple of a white man and a black woman, and hopefully their neighbors love them. But apparently some folks in the neighborhood didn't. And, you get these reminders that racism is still alive and well. Well, you get reminders every day. But this is just one of those reminders that racism and hate is alive and well. And as they'd say on MSNBC, what else? Remember that from earlier this week? Man, boy, was that what else? Dude makes this academic Professor God, he made that amazing speech on race relations and how we need to evolve as a society. What else? What else? Anyway, you guys saw that clip. All right. Well, I hope they find the people responsible for this. I really hope they do. They didn't the first time. So hopefully now it's too late to prevent something from happening. Obviously, the house is burned down, but hopefully they at least capture the people responsible. So we're going to go here. A little bit of climate change news happening. And this looks like a little bit of good news. Hopefully, potentially good news. Let's go and find out. All right, there's a picture of some solar panels. Isn't that cool? Don't you like that? I like it. Giant batteries and cheap solar power are shoving fossil fuels off the grid. Not quick enough. This month, and this is from July, officials in Los Angeles, California, are expected to approve a new deal that would make solar power cheaper than ever while also addressing its chief flaw. It works only when the sun shines. Well, we get a lot of that in California. I don't know if you knew this. The deal calls for a huge solar farm backed up by one of the world's largest batteries. It would provide 7% of the city's electricity beginning in 2023 at a cost of 1.997 cents per kilowatt, and 1.3 for the battery. That's cheaper than any power generated from fossil fuel. And guess what? It's renewable energy. It's renewable. It's solar. We get a lot of sun in Los Angeles. We get a lot of it. We get sun. Whenever we get clouds, we're like, oh, snap. That's like our equivalent of a thunderstorm. Oh, it's cloudy. What are we going to do? And I've become, dude, I grew up in Pennsylvania, which has some of the worst weather in the world. No offense to anyone from Pennsylvania. It just does. I grew up there. It has some of the worst weather in the world. I've lived in the Pacific Northwest. I lived in the South. I've lived in the Midwest. Pennsylvania, some of the worst weather I've ever experienced. But anyway, so I always, whenever I'd see people in places like California complain, I'd be like, you've got to be kidding me. You're complaining. But I've become a total Californian. Whenever it rains, I'm like, should I drive? Maybe I should just stay home today. When it rains in the winter, that is like our equivalent of a snowstorm. People will not go out. And in fairness, a lot of people, they're not used to driving in the rain, so they don't know what they're doing when it happens. So, there is a certain element of danger because people kind of freak out and they just decide that lanes aren't a thing. That was something I kind of had to get used to living in Southern California. Sometimes when it does rain here, people on the road just decide lanes, not a thing anymore. And it's like, no, they're still a thing. You can still see them. There's the little shiny, things at the bottom, so you can still see them. You still follow the rules. I mean, drive slower if you have, obviously, but lanes still happening. My point is, we get a lot of sun in California. So this is a good thing. And hopefully this continues to move forward because we got a short timeline. We got to act. I mentioned yesterday, I was talking to a friend of mine who is one of the most brilliant scientists I know. I don't know a lot of them, but he's a very smart dude. He's a biology professor. And he's having a kid, which made me say, hey, man, does that mean we're going to be okay? You're populating the planet. Are we going to be okay? And he said, no, Ron, we're probably not. He's like, look, it is not a rational decision to have a child. It's a biological one. Every organism on Earth wants to make more of themselves, everything down from bacteria to humans. So who was I to fight that? And my wife wanted a baby. That was what he said to me. So, But we can act. I mean, that's the thing. We can act. We can do something. We can kind of change this trend. We're not going to completely prevent climate change. That's not possible. But again, we're behaving like a deadly cancer. We have the ability to behave like a common cold. And if we behave like a common cold, I think Earth can live with a common cold for a while. I want to be here. I like it here. I think life is really cool. I want to keep the internet weird too. I like that as well. I don't think those are crazy demands. Hey, I want to keep the internet open and free. I want everyone to be able to go to the doctor regardless of their ability to pay. I don't want anyone to be hungry in this world. And I want to be on this planet for a while. I want us all to be on this planet for a while. And war, we shouldn't do that anymore. Let's just, we don't have to do it. We never had to do it. Can't we evolve a little further than that? War, can we just agree that was a bad idea? Let's just abolish that whole thing. Let's just not do it anymore. I feel like that's not really that hard of a wish list. And I know, you can call me a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. But so anyway, hopefully California goes through with this, although apparently we cannot get a high-speed rail between San Diego and San Francisco. 5th largest GDP in the world. Can't have universal broadband. Can't have a high-speed rail between San Diego and San Francisco. Can't even have a decent subway system in Los Angeles. So it's better than people give it credit for, though. Let me be fully transparent there. It's better than people give it credit for. You can totally take the subway in Los Angeles if you have a lot of time. If you have tons of time, you can totally, if people watching is one of your favorite things, Subway in Los Angeles, for sure for you. I don't mean the restaurant. Calling it a restaurant's generous, isn't it? That's a sandwich place. But yeah, you get, if time's not, if I have a day, that's whenever I'm like, man, I don't have a ton to do this afternoon and I'm up for an adventure, I guess I'll take the subway into Hollywood. That's when I use it. And it works then. It feels like I'm on a trek. I feel like I just went to another city in Europe or something like that when I take the subway in Los Angeles. Some people use it every day. All power to them. It's not very easy, but and I'm not sure why, one of the biggest cities in the world can't have a more efficient subway. I know that given the terrain of it, it's a little harder than say a New York or a Boston, but come on. Anyway, you get the drill. So hopefully California figures this one out and we have cheaper solar because we got to do something. We had to do something yesterday. We're behind schedule. We're behind the 8 ball, folks. All right. So thank you for sharing that. Now, guys, we're going to go here and then we're going to end with International Cat Day. You know that sometimes I like to just look at kind of trippy science news and some kind of trippy thoughts. If you have, I know some of you, you watch this show with some greens at your side. I'm not telling you what to do one way or another. But if that's your thing, and again, no judgment here one way or another, now would be the time. Again, if that's your thing. I'm not endorsing anything. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm not saying, I'm just saying if that's your thing already, no judgment here. And this might be the article for that. All right. Here's what's going on. Why some scientists believe the universe is conscious. All right. They're not mystics, but materialism is not giving good answers. So they are looking around. All right. So basically the question, is the universe conscious? It's easy to mock the idea, but consider what neuroscientists studying consciousness are up against. Okay, put it another way. In a universe governed by uncertainty principles rather than hard facts, what is the material in materialism? Consciousness depends on the brain, yes, but one may as well say that a student's essay depends on her laptop. The laptop enables an essay that it does not create. Her ideas start elsewhere. But where exactly do they start? What space do they inhabit? Some prominent physicists and neuroscientists who cannot accept the idea of a separate immaterial reality turn to the simplest alternative, that the whole universe participates in consciousness. Perry notes that this general approach is a staple of Hindu and Buddhist thought, but a number of scientists whom one might expect to be materialists also favor it in various ways. Physicist Gregory Matloff even thinks that thinking that the universe is conscious might explain dark matter, that 95% of matter in our universe that must exist on account of gravitational forces, but is otherwise unknown to us. So that unknown, which I'm pretty sure is most closely explained via the TV show Stranger Things. So they're saying, what if all that is conscience? What if all this matter is conscious, and that's what kind of guides the universe? Earth, if you're listening, please let us stay. I know that we've been really not good to you. I know we've been really bad. Like really, really bad. Really terribly bad. And I'm sorry. As an individual, I've really tried my best to not be so freaking awful. I've really tried. I've not been perfect. I probably buy food that comes in plastics more than I should, but I try my best. But listen, please let us stick around. I really, if you're conscious and you can hear this, please, we're trying. We're going to do better. We're going to do everything we can. I guess I can't promise that. As an individual, I'm going to try. And everybody watching this show right now, they're going to try too. That's something. Not much, but it's a little something. We're all trying. Please take into account the people that are trying. All right, I just gave my PSA. If the Earth's conscious, I made my plea. I feel like that's, I guess, did I just pray? Maybe I just prayed. I haven't prayed in years because, as far as religion's concerned, I'm either an atheist or an agnostic, depending on what part of the country I'm in and how often people are armed. But I guess I just did there. Maybe the universe is conscious. All right, let's go into this article a little more. All right, so theoretical physicist John Archibald Wheeler, who was a giant of 20th century physics, believed that reality might not be a wholly physical phenomenon. In some sense, Wheeler suggested reality grows out of the act of observation, and thus consciousness itself, it is participatory. Perry also cites Roger Penrose, who, while not strictly a panpsychist, I guess that's how you pronounce it, panpsychist, nonetheless says somehow our consciousness is the reason the universe is here. So it's just that age-old thing of if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to hear it, does it make a noise? Well, technically, I don't think it would, because sound involves a receiver. So if there is no creature there to hear it, it would just be waves, as far as we know, because our understanding of sound is there's a receptor, there's the waves, there's a receiver, sound happens. So wouldn't it technically just be waves then? Do we have a way of for sure? I mean, we can only shut off our own senses so much. This is getting deep. And my brain is starting to hurt in a good way, in a very good way. So is the universe conscious? Leave your thoughts in the chat. I want to know what you think. Is the universe conscious? So, I mean, we have basic things that I think are very true principles in the world. Like there is a reaction for our actions. There is the institute of cause and effect. You kind of get back what you put into the world. I do believe that that's true because there's science to back that up. Cause and effect has been scientifically tested and proven. Action and reaction, there's science backing that up. So when you kind of take it a little further into the world of karma and stuff like that, well, there's some science, not backing it up completely, but there's some kind of overlap there. You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit of overlap between this idea of do good, good will happen unto you. Do bad, bad will happen unto you. Now, good things happen to bad people all the time. Bad things happen to good people all the time. So it's not a perfect thing at all. But, there's a little bit of science backing that up. And I think we all can kind of point to things in our daily life. Gee, I noticed when I was in a bad mood and I had a bad attitude, I fell upon more negativity. Meanwhile, when I was in a good mood and I was in good spirits, more good happened. I think that's very true, and it makes total sense. Maybe you're having a bad day. You go to a coffee shop. Person behind the cash register also having a bad day. You got a bad attitude. You guys argue about something that could have been prevented. Okay, well, maybe same scenario. You're having a great day. You're feeling great about the world. Things are looking up. It's International Cat Day. Why should you not be smiling? And maybe that person behind the cash register is still having a bad day. You say, "Hey, how's it going? How are you today?" And they say, I've had better." Then like, "I'm sorry to hear that. You cat lover? It's International Cat Day." And you're like, "I am a cat lover. I have a cat. Oh man, that makes me," and you make them laugh. And then all of a sudden you just did good and you feel that good. So anyway, that's a long way from is the universe conscious? I don't think so. I doubt it. I think that all of the creatures within the universe, of course, are conscious. I think that, but I think that there's a lot of answers we still don't know. How did the smallest of the smallest of the smallest atoms that led to all this? How did that get there? How did it just come out? How did it come out of nowhere? We can't wrap our head around that. We don't have the answer for that yet. Was it some kind of supreme being? Well, maybe it was. I don't know. Was it some kind of phenomenon that's beyond our understanding? Are we just a science experiment of a more advanced civilization? We don't know. We have no idea. So I feel like if the universe was conscious, though, well, let me go back to the article a little bit more here. Let's see if there's anything else here. All right, so check out this quote. Consciousness always has an object, something to which it points. Thoughts are always about something. Thinking things, like animals, humans, have the power to think about things. This property of aboutness, called intentionality by philosophers, is the hallmark of consciousness. Inanimate things have no inherent power of intentionality. They are never about anything. They merely exist. So that points to the universe is not conscious. But then how do you explain what kind of plant life inhibits? With someone in the chat's pointing out plant life. It's a heavy question. It's a very heavy question. Is the universe conscious? Again, I'm still more inclined to say no. I don't think the universe itself, just, all the things around us, have intentionality. Can I prove that? No. Can we prove it one way or another? No. Man, that is a heavy question. Is the universe conscious? I feel like the optimist in me wants to say yes. The realist in me is saying no, I don't think so. And as you just saw earlier in the segment, the realist won out. But then again, I can't say for sure that it's real. That's just where I'm kind of inclined to go based on my life experience. Heavy. We've all just walked into an intellectual web, or at least a thought web. Maybe, and by intellectual, I don't mean that like intellectual on my part. I just mean an intellectual idea. The idea of, is the universe conscious? That's an intellectual idea. I dissected that idea. Was it in an intellectual way? Probably not. I didn't even say an intellectual right. So it probably was not at all. I'm sure it was. In fact, it wasn't. Like, why do I need to? Yeah, it wasn't. But it's a thought web nonetheless. Gives you all something to ponder. Ponder. It gives you something to ponder. And there my voice goes. Is the universe conscious? I don't know. I think the universe might be conscious. Maybe if it was conscious, it would say, "Hey there, Mickey." All right. So that's something to ponder as we go into our weekend. But there is something that I know is totally 110% conscious, and that is my cat, Lucy. Do you want to come over? Did you hear her? She just, Lucy, come here. Come on. It's International Cat Day. You got to say hi to everybody. Come on. Come on. Yeah, she's coming over. Yeah, here it is. Lucy, come on. Come on. Yes. Yes. Come on, join me for this next one, Lucy. This is about you. This is about Happy International Cat Day, everybody. If you're a cat lover or if you're a dog lover, hey, I celebrate International Dog Day too because I love dogs. I don't have one. So I just say hi to them more often when I see them. I mean, I always say hi to dogs when I see them on the street, being walked. But I celebrate that too, even though I do not own a dog myself. International Cat Day. Let's see what's going on. Lucy, we'll go through this together. Here, let me make the article big and me small. There we go. All right, here we go. So it's International Cat Day, the perfect day to celebrate your feline friend. Here is some pointers. So make sure you have fun training for your cat. Take them in a truck. They love trucks. Look at that advertisement. Cats love trucks. No, they don't. Lucy hates the car. Like she hates it so much. Probably because she knows she's going to the vet. I mean, that's probably why. But anyway. Cats are intelligent animals and can be easily trained in a similar way to a dog to learn new tricks such as sit, shake paws, and more. You guys just witnessed that. You guys just witnessed that. When I told Lucy to come, she came. When I said, hey, come here, she did get up. She was sleeping, and she did get up, and she came over here. So, yeah, I've never trained Lucy to sit. But I have, we do give high fives with paws and stuff like that. Right, Luce? We do that. Here, can you demonstrate it? Don't let me down. All right, yeah, she doesn't care. But she has done it in the past. All right, so that's one thing they bring up. Let's see what else they're bringing up. Hunting behaviors. Cats are natural hunters. It's not uncommon to find lizards and birds presented to us on our doorsteps. Those are gifts, by the way. Those are gifts. Don't let them see you throw that away because that's a gift from them. Keeping your cat indoors is the best way to prevent them from hunting wildlife and fighting with other cats. Lucy, you're an indoor cat. Do you ever miss hunting? Could you hunt anything at this point? I don't think you could. Like occasionally when a fly gets in or something, you'll try to chase it. And all you do is you just you chase it for like a second and then you just whine at it. Like your idea of hunting is like, well, I'll look at it and then I'll cry and I hope a human comes to help. That's you are very spoiled and domesticated. It's my fault. It's my fault. She's here. Get in the camera. There we go. Come on. That's cool. Here, I just don't want you on the keyboard. There she is. She's like, what are you doing? All right, let's go back to the article. All right. Fresh water. All right, so here, I actually dispute this part a little bit. All right, so cats love running water. A pet-friendly water fountain is a great way to encourage cats to drink more water, as well as multiple water stations around the house. So I once had a flowing water station for Lucy, and I used to live with another cat as well. It made both of them sick. I don't know if it was the water thing itself. I don't know if it was faulty. I don't know if it's the way they were using it. It was not cheap. And it was a perfectly fine fountain. It worked, but it made both of them sick. Whenever they would drink out of it, they would get sick. I don't know why. If any of you know why, let me know. I have no idea. I mean, I'm pretty sure I took care of it properly. I made sure it was clean. I made sure the water was fresh and but it made her sick. And then as soon as we took that away and just gave them a regular water bowl, they were fine again. I've just used a regular water bowl for her ever since. So yes, I don't know. I mean, I guess proceed with caution there. I know a lot of cats love fountains and stuff. Lucy, not a fan of water. I mean, she drinks it, but not a fan of like running water. Like she's not a fan of like the shower or anything. I mean, I haven't sometimes she'll just be running around the bathroom, and I'm about to get in the shower or something. And as soon as the water goes on, she runs away. She doesn't like it. Anyway. And some cats are different. Some cats, I have some friends, they're like, yeah, our cats get in the shower because they it's kind of weird. Anyway. All right. So grooming. Cats need regular brushing and grooming to prevent hairballs as well as matting to the fur. Long-haired cats need daily brushing. Lucy is technically not a long hair, but I think she's kind of medium. They say she's a short hair, but Lucy, you shed a lot in the summertime. In the winter, not so much, but in the summer, right now, Lucy is shedding a ton. That's why sometimes when she's up here, you'll see me kind of like, because her hair gets everywhere, gets on the desk and stuff, which, whatever. But I do brush her every day. She definitely needs brushed every day in the summer. I brush her every day year round. In the winter, could probably get away with every other day, but, I still brush her every day. We have a routine where I brush her, then she goes on her cat tree, and I give her a treat. Which brings us to our next thing. Well-being, stress and anxiety. Oh, wait, let me go back to the article here. Well-being, stress and anxiety can affect your cat in similar ways that it can affect humans. It is important to ensure you give your buddy time to adapt to changes and keep an eye out for any behavior that may be telling you that your fur baby is suffering from anxiety. If in doubt, visit your local vet. When we first moved to Southern California, Lucy was having a hard time adjusting to everything. She was kind of weirded out, and she had a big bald patch on her fur that she was doing herself because she was chewing. She was stressed out, and she was drinking a lot more water than usual, which for a cat her age, that's a cause for concern because it could be a kidney thing. She's not, she's getting up there in years. She's about 13, so you kind of get a little scared. I took her to the vet. They ran some tests, and they were like, look, this thing with her fur is totally self-inflicted. So this is likely stress. Same with the water. She's probably adapting to the climate a little bit, and she's feeling like she needs more water, and she's stressed out. If this doesn't go away in a couple months, it could be something more serious. Couple months went by, it went away. She drinks an average amount of water now. Still keeping an eye on things, of course. But it kind of went away, and her hair grew back because she stopped doing that. So now she's happy here, right, Luce? You like it here. You've adapted to Southern California, and she's purring a bunch right now, and she kind of likes this. I'm doing a little chin rub, and unfortunately, the lower third is blocking her. But she's a really happy cat right now. Take my word for it. Here she goes. Oh, she heard me. She's like, all right, they get to see me. I'll poke my head up. All right, let's see. Let's go through a little more things here for International Cat Day, and then we'll dismount. Feline fun facts. Cats conserve energy by sleeping for an average of 13 to 14 hours a day, which equates to about 70% of their lives sleeping. Lucy, that's where you and I are different. I'll tell you, I am not a big fan of sleep. I sleep some because I have to, but I find sleep very boring. I don't like doing it. I do it because I have to. I try to make sure I get enough of it because my body needs it, but I don't know. Sleeping is what dead people do all the time. And I'm alive, So I'm not a big fan of sleep. I find it boring. All right. But Lucy's a fan. Cats have powerful night vision. I'm the opposite of that. Allowing them to see at light levels 6 times lower than what a human needs in order to see. Cats also have excellent hearing and a powerful sense of smell. I apologize for that, Lucy. I might make life difficult for you sometimes. The richest cat in the world, according to Guinness World Records, is Blackie. When his millionaire owner passed away, he refused to recognize his family in his will and instead gave his £7 million fortune to Blackie. Okay. An orange tabby called Stubbs was the first mayor of an Alaskan town for 20 years. I've got to look that up and write a comic about that. You've heard of monkeys and dogs in space, but in 1963, a cat known as Astrocat was the first and only cat to go to space. House cats share 95.6% of their genetic makeup with tigers. That remaining 4% or 4.4% is a big deal, though. It's a lot of size. The most tricks performed by a cat in 1 minute is 24. Dinga completed a series of tricks from rolling over to even jumping a bar whilst on a skateboard. You can watch the video here. That's pretty cool. We're not going to watch the video, though. But there you have it. Lucy, I hate to break this to you. You will probably never have 7 million pounds or $7 million or 7 million of any currency unless you count pets. If pets are a currency, I can do that for you. How many times does one pet? I wonder if there's any statistic on that. I'm sure there is something. How many times does one pet a cat on average, But I could do that for you. I'm not a rich man, Lucy. You don't seem to mind, which I appreciate. I appreciate that a lot. So there you go. Happy International Cat Day. Happy International Pet Day in general. No matter what you have, love your furry friend. Or if they're not furry, that's fine too. Maybe you got a snake or a fish or something. You get the idea. Love your pets is all I'm saying. And for those who are feline lovers in particular, like myself, happy International Cat Day. Let me see what you guys are saying. And that's how we are going to end the week. Thank you, Joseph, for bringing International Cat Day to my attention. I actually didn't even realize it was International Cat Day until Joseph told me, the editor with the mostest, Joseph Cicada. And I said mostest intentionally, just so you know. All right. So, guys, Lucy, how you feeling? Is it a fun show today? Were you into it? David Vincent, thank you very much for the Super Chat contribution, which is just hearts. I appreciate that. Hearts. That was appropriate today. Hearts. Scripts to clips for series and flicks. Thank you very much for the Super Chat contribution. If we could spend a portion of that military-industrial complex budget on improving batteries, wind, solar energy would be even cheaper. Amen to that. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you, everybody, for your articles this week. They've been the bestest. I got some announcements. Tour dates. I got them. September, we're going to the upper Midwest. Get your tickets now. Omaha, Nebraska, September 4th. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, September 5th. Madison, Wisconsin, September 6th. Minneapolis, Minnesota, September 7th. And Iowa City, Iowa, September 8th. Tickets are available at romplicone.com. Australia, see you in November. Tickets for Perth, Adelaide, and Melbourne are available now. Tickets for Sydney will be available very, very soon. We're coming to all those cities. We will see you November, Australia. We can't wait. November 14th in Melbourne, 15th in Adelaide, November 22nd in Perth, and we're going to have a date in Sydney, and we'll be announcing that real soon. romplicone.com for all those tickets. If you want to support this show on the sustainability end, please do consider becoming a patron. I get to monetize constantly. If you are able to support this show on the sustainability end, I want to expand this show. I want to do more interviews. I want to do more streams. I want to have debates. I want to do a lifestyle section where we do food recipes and stuff like that. I want to share some of my recipes with y'all. I want to do cooking segments. I want to do more news story. You get the idea. I want to expand this show. Patreon.com/romplicone if you are so able. I want to be listener and viewer supported entirely. And you get all kinds of cool perks. You get dialogues between me and Lucy. You get stand-up clips not available to the public. You get my album in its entirety. You get my whole album. My whole album, it's available on iTunes and stuff like that. But if you're a patron, it's just there. And you get all that for a give what you can level. Please consider it if you are so able. Patreon.com/romplicone. Please like these videos, share, make sure you subscribe. Have an autoplay window going so that all the ads play through on the videos. Don't just do that for me. Do that for all the content creators you know and love. It helps sustain our channels. And guys, thank you for being the best executive producers in the business. Y'all are the best executive producers in Hollywood. You tweet me the articles. You drop them in our Reddit subsection. That's how we build the show. We get our news on together. That's how we roll here. Thank you very much for being part of this. I don't know why I stumbled over saying thank you very much. And I drink water from a mason jar. Water from a mason jar. Lucy, happy International Cat Day. I'm thinking an extra treat is in order for you today. David Vincent, thank you very much for another Super Chat contribution. Best prayer ever. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. Is the universe conscious? That's something that we all got to ponder. We all got to ponder it. Thank you guys very much for this week. I will be back on Monday for Music Monday. Same time, same channel, 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific time, right here on Get Your News On with Ron, youtube.com/romplicone. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Have an amazing weekend. And you know the drill. Lucy says meow. I say peace. Peace.